unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxingego Unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Wow. Devin Haney just defeats his opponent in the eliminator, and he made it look easy. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Rest in peace to Tupac Shakur, anniversary, of his death. And it's also September 13th, aka Friday the 13th. Speaking of bad luck, it was definitely bad luck for Devin Haney's opponent, Abdullaev. I was watching the DAZN main event, and it's really not much to break down. One-sided as ever. Devin Haney got the stoppage. Abdullaev was unable to continue, and he just, he got the shit kicked out of him. That's basically what it is. I don't want to spend too much time. I mean, like I said, I'll try my best to break down the fight. But Devin Haney did what he said before the fight. He said, Abdullaev, I'm going to fuck him up. I'm going to fuck him up. And that's what he did. This was a WBC eliminator for Lomachenko versus Campbell, which we now know the winner to that fight. We now know that's Lomachenko. So, Devin Haney inches closer to a possible fight. And I'm going to talk about that at the back end of this video. But Abdullaev, in the interviews and stuff, he seemed very kind of confident. He's an undefeated fighter, 11-0. I didn't personally know too much about him. I think some of the sanctioning bodies should really take a look at their rankings. I don't know exactly how it works and how the opponents are, how they come about ranking who's fighting in the eliminator, and this guy's ranked 2 and 3. Devin Haney clearly needs to be ranked highly. That's not the problem, but I don't know how much of it was. I just don't know much about his opponent. But Devin Haney, he took an undefeated fighter and you really destroyed him. Round 1, just great punch variety. I think all the rounds kind of look kind of similar, and I think if anything, he just landed more frequently. And by the end of the second round, Abdullaev's face was really peppered. Looked like beef jerky, very red. He had no defense. He was coming kind of straight in the front door. Horrible game plan by Abdullaev against a guy as skilled as Devin Haney. What stood out to me is Devin Haney's composure. It's not shocking to me because, like I said, I recall seeing Devin Haney spar in Oakland when he was 15, 16, and he was calm back then. So 5 years later, continued working on his craft, sparred with Floyd Mayweather, trained with Floyd Sr. and working with Mike McCallum and his pops, and he's just dedicated to his craft. So it's not shocking if you think about how long he's been in the game. It's kind of like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez learned on the job, turned pro at 15, and he's been working at his craft ever since. So Devin Haney, he's in the zone right now. It was a one-sided dominant performance. The eliminator where his opponent got eliminated, definitely a bad Friday the 13th for Abdullaev. Very bad game plan, in my opinion, from Abdullaev. He was never going to outbox Devin Haney. He wasn't faster. He should have worked on his defense and jab and cutting off the ring and some head movement, something, because it just wasn't, it didn't go his way at all. Wasn't competitive, and he simply could not live up to the stuff he said before the fight. He was acting like Devin Haney's a prospect and he's going to shock the world when you're supposed to be confident, but it's not what happened. Other things that were impressive about Devin Haney, very good piston jab. I do resent DAZN commentary, to be honest. I think DAZN's commentary is atrocious. Brian Kenny, Sergio Mora's voice and inflections, and just he always talking about power boxing. I'm not personally a fan of the commentary, and I don't like muting it because I don't want to look at a TV or a computer screen or whatever with just no sound. I can't hear the swift punches, landing and shit, the leather, and if they have like tidbits or what the corner said or what the doctor said. So I don't like to just have mute. I don't like to mute it, but I wish there was a way for DAZN to mute the commentary. or you can have like an alternate way to watch it, because they just say some useless stuff. Floyd Mayweather is retired. He has nothing to do with, really the career of Devin Haney. And Floyd Sr. is not even in the corner anymore for whatever reason. And, they're just bringing up Devin Haney and say, oh, Floyd never jabbed like this, which is a lie. Devin Haney has a great jab, and I'm not pitting the two against each other. I think Devin Haney respects Floyd Mayweather's fight game and stuff, and I think the same goes for Floyd. I think he's said good things about, oh yeah, Devin Haney, he's the future, he's new money and stuff like that. So I think there's mutual respect. But the way DAZN, Brian Kinney was talking about it, he's like, oh, Floyd doesn't jab like this. I mean, he has a jab, but he's not jabbing like this. First of all, Floyd has 22 years in the sport, and he's fought against elite level guys and stuff. Devin Haney is still working on his journey, and he's young, and he's trying to get those big names, but he's still working on it. He's only 20 years old, and some people seem shook, which we'll talk about, of even fighting him. So he hasn't landed the big fight. So it's a big deal. It's not even worth comparing, some eliminator with some Russian guy that no one's ever seen to somebody we have that much data on. Beyond that, why would you compare Devin Haney at 20 to Floyd Mayweather at 40? You get what I'm saying? Because Pretty Boy Floyd, before the hand injuries and the brittle hands, and he adapted and adjusted his style, he would stop guys, and he had a great jab. But regardless, Devin Haney is Devin Haney. Floyd is Floyd. Let them enjoy their own career. I just hate the constant comparisons. Everybody wants to say, oh, I remember when Triple G came out. You have old media saying, oh, Triple G's the next Mike Tyson. He don't even fight like Mike Tyson, So I don't even understand useless comparisons. That's my little rant over. Pretty Boy Floyd got stoppages. Floyd throughout his career had a great jab. Devin Haney looks sharp as fuck. He has a great jab. It just is what it is. Let the kid grow and do what he's doing. Floyd did what he did. It's just, these are senseless comparisons, and I think that's their way of old media taking shots at Floyd. Just like I said, let Devin Haney grow with the sport and do what he's doing. But other good things for Devin Haney, his jab was really good. Very piston-like jab, popping Abdullaev's head back. Abusive, absolutely abusive body work. It was like round 2, I think, stood out, maybe round 3. He was really strafing the body of Abdullaev. I know that shit hurt, the way Abdullaev was, tucking his elbows. And, Abdullaev, at first, he thought the shit was sweet. He thought it was cute, and he was like kind of making faces and smirking and, trying to taunt, like, oh, that shit, like, oh, come on, like that macho shit. And closer to the end of the fight, all that shit kind of stopped. Or he would do it, and then you would see him kind of grimace in pain. That body work was, Devin Haney was just abusive. It was child abuse. That's really what it was. It was child abuse. I don't know who was older, but it was. I like Devin Haney's punch variety too. He was. You could tell. It's hard to explain, but you could tell who's comfortable in there, because Devin Haney was selecting whatever punch he wanted out the arsenal and not afraid to throw it. He threw it with the utmost confidence. Even some kind of Roy Jones-esque stuff that they probably wouldn't teach you. So you've obviously done it before or practice. So I can easily see that Devin Haney been fighting for a while, because he would take certain liberties and risks, kind of like Canelo does. Canelo has a very good selection of punches and punch variety. Watch the James Kirkland and Gulo fight, stuff that you have to be comfortable with to even attempt. And the other thing is, aside from having the experience to know that you can get away with it, you have to have a level of accuracy, timing, athleticism helps, speed, stuff like that, to even execute those things, to know you could pull it off and get back into, a neutral spot and out of a danger zone while you're trying to shoot a long range uppercut like Roy Jones and stuff. Roy Jones, if you look at the punch that hit Montel Griffin in the rematch that knocked him out, he did that from probably too far out for most people, where it would have put him susceptible to a counter, but it was Roy, so he was able to do that. So I like Devin Haney, man. He's probably the best signing that Eddie Hearn has. I put him skillfully as probably, him and Andrade are probably the most skillful guys. Like, I know, the UK has a great fan base, but Anthony Joshua, I don't think he has the skills of like an Andrade and Haney. I mean, they're just skillfully on a different level. I told you that American style is a motherfucker, but It is what it is. I really like what I'm seeing from Devin Haney. He looks like he's growing with the sport. He's taking it serious. He's enjoying the fame. He's enjoying the accolades. And he's having fun with his performances. That's what I really noticed. Devin Haney, very good, rapid jab, very sharp, crisp, fast-handed punches. The body work was phenomenal. Accuracy was phenomenal. It's really just getting to the point where I don't even want to see Devin Haney. I know how the politics work, but I don't even prefer to see him in the fight with someone that we've never heard of, because we already know the outcome. So hopefully people, and this is going to be hard for him because the way he's looking is, I don't know how many people are going to be chomping at the bit to want to get in that. He has ring generalship, things like that. By the second, third round, Abdullaev looked frustrated as hell. He was complaining to the ref, rabbit punching. He had absolutely no answers. But vicious body attack from Haney was looking oh so serious. His opponent's probably going to be pissing blood. And, he baptized him. He christened him and welcomed him to America with that type of performance. Now, the one thing I have to talk about, too, before I get out of here. So this is an A+ performance by Devin Haney. One thing I want to talk about is, do you guys notice how Old Media, once again, the usual suspects, always make excuses for certain fighters, especially if you have the complexion for the protection, to never have to face prominent, what's the word? Reasonable. That's not the word I'm looking for. Just prominent, relevant guys, especially if the guys are African-American black fighters, There's always some excuse. And there's another thing, DAZN's commentary that was horrible to me that I did not like, is they were already coming. Lomachenko is not even a DAZN fighter. He's an ESPN top rank fighter. And Chris Mannix was already coming up with excuses as to why Lomachenko basically has carte blanche or a pass to duck Devin Haney. And they're already setting the stage. Lomachenko's not going to fight Devin Haney. Why the fuck not? Devin Haney just won an eliminator with the WBC. Lomachenko's at 135, the WBC champion. He just beat Luke Campbell. You just beat a gold medalist. Haney didn't even go to the Olympics because of his age and stuff. So why is there no pressure from Old Media to inspire and make these fights? Lomachenko just fought on ESPN, right? And he fought against the Eddie Hearn fighter. Devin Haney is an Eddie Hearn fighter. So Lomachenko's last two fights are Eddie Hearn fighters. Anthony Corolla, a mandatory allegedly, and then Luke Campbell for the vacant title, right? So why can't you work with Eddie Hearn again? And we've seen the ESPN fighter in Jose Ramirez go over to DAZN to fight Maurice Hooker and come back with another belt. So they're already setting the stage. I've seen it for a while. I predicted it. And new media, we're just going to keep calling out the bullshit. They're already setting to say, Lomachenko's not going to fight Devin Haney. Why not? What was the point of us watching this Abdullaev eliminator, made by the WBC and the new WBC champion? They're giving him a backdoor out. Chris Mannix said something like, Lomachenko, he's not going to fight Devin Haney. He's probably going to go back down in weight, maybe fight Tank Davis. And then that opens up the belt for Devin Haney. Devin Haney probably doesn't want to fight for a vacant belt. He also wants to challenge his skill set against Lomachenko. He wants to prove. See, that's what people are missing about the game. It's not just about collecting the hardware. That's obviously an accolade and milestone and achievement for you. But it's also about showing that you can beat this person. You guys think this guy's all that? I'm only 20. Watch what I do with him. And my thing is this is not even a fight fucking prediction video. This is not a prediction video. It's a good fight. Lomachenko can scrap. Devin Haney can scrap. I would love to see it. This is the type of stylistic matchup that excites me. Mikey Garcia, when he was undefeated, we never got that with Lomachenko. Mikey, he said Top Rank ain't going to make that. So I went up and fought Errol Spence, So the walls are closing in. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair that this is what they always do to black fighters. They always come up with some cockamamie bullshit where, first of all, Chris Mannix on DAZN said Lomachenko's going to move back down to fight Tank. Tank's moving up to fight Gamboa. So I don't think he's going to flex his weight and go back down to if Tank, who has had a couple of problems making weight, maybe 2 times or so, goes up to 35 and then looks good and stops Gamboa or something, I doubt he's going to want to go back. So if Lomachenko goes to the 135-pound division like he did, when it was pretty stagnant, and the only people that were real good fights he didn't fight, like Mikey Garcia, or the relevant people that were young and, didn't have the resumes like Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and Devin Haney, and then he goes back down in weight without fighting like a Devin Haney, and Tank's not down there anymore. That's horrible. And y'all know that's going to look bad. That looks terrible. Because now this is kind of like some Golovkin shit. This is just kind of what Golovkin did. Golovkin begged for middleweight fight. Hey, no, these middleweight, give me my belts. And claimed, him and Abel Sanchez at the time, his trainer, claimed this is what they wanted so bad, is to fight the best and unify and want all the belts. Now that you have app names, people calling out Golovkin like Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, etc. Billy Joe Saunders has said he wants that work now. Now all of a sudden Triple G fighting Steve Rolls and, Derevchenko. Not Charlo, not Demetrius Andrade, which would probably be the best fresh new fights. Not even giving Danny Jacobs a rematch, even though the first fight was close. Lomachenko don't have to give Salido a rematch. Now Lomachenko can move back down to 130. They're already setting the exit strategy, the fire escape for Vasily Lomachenko. And this is what they do to black fighters. They say that Lomachenko is the number 1 pound for pound, but is getting hot in the kitchen. His fights are much harder because guys are equal in size, maybe a little bit bigger, and durable. He's not looking like Lomachenko or whatever the fuck they were saying. He's not looking like high tech. He's not looking like the Matrix. Devin Haney looking like the Matrix, and he's probably going to be bigger than Lomachenko. And he has youth on his side, and he has ring IQ. And from that performance tonight, he mixes it up very, very well, and it would be a great fight. So now they're already setting up the stage for Lomachenko to bail out of the division. But you see, when Andre Ward was trying to fight Golovkin, they said, oh, leave Golovkin alone. Why doesn't Andre Ward, why does he move up and weight? Why didn't he move up? Why is he picking on little Golovkin? He said, all right, Golovkin don't want no smoke. That's Lil G. Then he pieced out of the 168 division. He had already done enough with the Super 6 and beat the guys he beat. And he moved up and pursued Kovalev. Within 3 fights, he fought Kovalev. First fight was too close for people, so he fought him again and stopped him, Meanwhile, Lomachenko, he's supposed to be, they say he's number 1 pound for pound. And Old Media continues this, but he's not. These aren't pound for pound actions fleeing the division when you have a hot shot stud like Devin Haney, who's looking like he did, who needs a relevant name, and you giving Anthony Corolla from the UK an opportunity, and you giving an opportunity to Luke Campbell and Uncle Luke and the 2 Live Crew and all this shit, but Devin Haney can't get no work, and he's been pursuing you. I have an interview from January of this year. Devin Haney is exclusive. I talked to Devin Haney at the Broner-Pacquiao fight, and he been called out Lomachenko. And then after Lomachenko versus Luke Campbell, did a video about it. Check it on the channel. We got a paper trail for all of this. Devin Haney said, I know I could beat Lomachenko. So now that it's hot in the kitchen and, Devin Haney looking like that, I definitely want to see a fucking Lomachenko fight. This dude looks superior. He's only 20 years old. That's, he looking pretty incredible for 20 years old. He looked better than Canelo, fought Jose Miguel Cotto, who wasn't really a world beater at age 19, and he got flung into the ropes. So you could really make the argument that Devin Haney at age 20 is farther along than a lot of guys who are around that age group that are now really relevant and dope. And that just comes from experience and fighting so long, natural talent, training with everyone. But I like Mike McCallum, the body snatcher, whatever the fuck he's teaching. I know I respect his fight game, and I know he's a body snatcher, but whatever they're working on, that shit is working, because them Devin Haney, is reminiscent to. Devin Haney reminds me of a lot of different fighters. I thought when I seen him, the way he was shooting the body shots and just strafing and tearing at them fucking ribs and the torso up and shit, I thought of like Errol Spence and just great body punchers. Floyd, little parts remind me of Floyd. He was having fun in there, man. Devin Haney's a problem. Out of the new school, the new generation, I definitely feel like Devin Haney's one of the, double XL freshmen that we're gonna look at. When you see the double XL freshman 2012, and then later on you're like, damn, that was a good freshman class. All those people, YG and Mac Miller, and you know what I'm saying? All of them, like J. Cole and all these people, turned out to be someone. Big Sean, and all the people, and this was when they were kind of breaking through. So Devin Haney, person to watch for sure. And like I tweeted, Devin Haney need to work at Target, because that shit tonight was target practice, bars. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what you guys think of Lomachenko being fed a bunch of excuses by Old Media to not have to fight the people we want to see him fight, and instead fight domestic level guys like Luke Campbell and try to build that up. Devin Haney looked sharp. He's flashy. He has he can actually sell the fight by talking. Luke Campbell, he don't have no like pizzazz, like charisma to sell the fight. Devin Haney has that. They showed a little behind the scenes. He had Dapper Dan trunks and shit. He's flashy, he's fly, and he brings that same pizzazz, kind of like Mayweather did, into the sport. And with his style, he's in the zone. I like Devin Haney. He seems fearless the way he fights. He's so confident in his ability. Terrence Crawford does this too. There's parts that remind me of Crawford, but Devin Haney, he's uber competitive, and he seems fearless. He's not afraid to throw that punch because he knows he can get it off. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's no hesitation there, and that just comes from experience and being self-assured. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts to everything in the comment section. Phenomenal performance. I just want to see Devin Haney keep stepping it up, fight bigger and better names, or whoever's available, whoever's not going to duck him. And like a Ryan Garcia fight, I don't know, man. I know it's a lot has changed probably since they were amateurs. Devin Haney would have to be the favorite over Ryan Garcia at this point. But let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working.
If he was gonna go out, but it's it's different when you in there. He thought he was winning the fight, so.
How you doing, Devin?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
How you feeling after your last performance?
Oh, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great.
Now, in your last performance, you said you're an epic contender. Just let people know how long you've been feeling this way, and what do you come to do in 2019?
At some point I was a prospect, but in my last two fights, my last two fights, I've been fighting guys, who fought for a world title or was world champion already. My last point, he had the IBO. He was ranked number 2 in the WBA. So that's why I feel like I'm a contender. I've been ranked in three top 10 and 3 sanctioning bodies, for a while now. So.
Your opponent I watched the fight, he was a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Was he a little bit trickier than you may have expected beforehand?
Yeah, he was definitely awkward. I thought that he was gonna try to, bring the fight to me some more, but he was moving around. So yeah.
Tell me about your stamina, because in the 12th round I see you really going after it,
yeah.
And you were like trying to get him out of there.
Yeah.
How do you have that type of stamina? Like what are you doing to have that type of stamina late?
I had a great training camp. I trained really hard for that fight. I went to train at Snack in the Bay Area. His training is intense there. So that fight.
Yeah, I'm in the Bay. I gotta holler at you when you come out there.
Yeah. So when I went into the fight, I knew that I was in shape, so I pushed myself.
Okay, 2 more questions. Broner, Pacquiao, what were your takeaways? What does Pacquiao look like at age 4?
Pacquiao looked like the same Pacquiao to me. He didn't look any different. Broner, he just didn't let his hands go. I thought he was gonna be different. I thought he was gonna go in there, and at least go out with a fight, but he didn't.
Definitely. Now, I see on your Instagram, last question, that it says name 5 people that you could fight, like dream fight. Yeah. You said Lomachenko, and you tagged him.
Lomachenko, 2 more
like
Lomachenkos. Yeah.
Why you want to fight him?
Because everybody think he the boogeyman or something. Like, they all scared of him. Listen, where I'm from, the bullies get bullied, period. So, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'll fight Lomachenko.
Why do you think you match up well with him? You getting big too, 'cause I see you spar in Oakland like I don't know, you might have been 16.
Yeah.
But I see you getting bigger, man.
Yeah.
So what you got for Loma?
I feel like my style will match up good with Lomachenko because I'm able to make adjustments. These guys that he fighting are just fight one style and they try to come at him and try to rough him up. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to be versatile and be able to make adjustments, and that's what I have.
All right. Where can the fans follow you?
Instagram, Twitter, Real Devin Haney.
All right. Look forward to it. Peace out.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.